Warning, I don't recommend watching this video because after, you will want to buy this drone. I've been flying the DJI Avata 2 for over 10 days now. We've been through a lot. Did some flips, dives, had one crash, and I almost drowned it in the sea. But it's still here and it's still flying. I've flown quite a bit on the first version of the DJI Avata, and it had a lot of drawbacks. DJI Avata 2 is completely updated drone. It feels like DJI watched my video with the drawbacks of the DJI Avata and fixed everything in the new version. Let's start with the noise. The new drone really became significantly quieter. There is no more of that annoying whistling that was in the first Avata. DJI says that in terms of noise, it's comparable to the DJI Air 3. And for the FPV community, this is an engineering victory. These are the new DJI Goggles 3. The second version of the goggles pressed heavily on the nose and wasn't comfortable. In the new version, the attachment is in the form of a hoop. All the weight of the goggles is transferred to the forehead, and the goggles themselves easily fit snugly to the face, which is quite comfortable. They also added cameras to the goggles. They can be activated with a double tap on the side, so without taking off the goggles, you can quickly see what's going on around you. Or even touch the drone. The most important improvement for me is the new camera. Now we can film video in 4K at 60 frames per second with an aspect ratio of 4:3. This means that now we can crop our video into vertical mode and shoot flyovers for Instagram and TikTok. Additionally, the camera has become larger. The sensor has been enlarged, and its size now is the same as the top models of the DJI drones, like the Mini 4 Pro or Air 3. And finally, 10-bit shooting with the flat D-Log M profile has been added. The shooting quality has become much better. I really like the picture. It resembles the quality of the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I flew in low light with ISO 800. The result is just superb. At the same time, if you set the ISO 800 on a GoPro 12, you'll get a sad picture with a lot of noise. Therefore, I can confidently say that the quality of the Avata 2 is better than in the GoPro 12, and this changes a lot for FPV. But let's not rush to rejoice. Without a GoPro, the most important flights are still impossible, and I'll talk about it at the end. The new drone, a new version of the RC Motion 3 came out. The new version has become much smaller and lighter. Let's test how quickly Tanya can start flying an FPV. And as a test, can she fly through a tent? 2 presses on the orange button start the motors. Use the joystick to lift the drone. And now, just like in a computer game, we direct the cursor where we want to fly. For quick maneuvers, tilt the controller and use the joystick. Now with the Motion 3, with a single press we can do flips and rolls. DJI called this new mode Easy Acro. Tanya learned to fly in just 5 minutes and flew through the tent. But I still prefer a normal controller and full control over the drone. Joy came to my hands here. DJI released the FPV Controller 3, although it looks exactly the same as version 2, they just removed the antenna. In terms of specifications, on a single battery, the Avata 2 can fly for about 23 minutes, which is 5 minutes longer than the first Avata. In reality, the drone flies for about 15 minutes, which is a lot for FPV. design has completely changed. The drone looks more like the new DJI drone lineup. The propellers have slightly increased. I think they did this for stability. ND filters have become larger, but now they're easier to put on the camera. Visual sensors on the bottom have been moved back. They are now wide-angle cameras. The slots for memory cards and charging have been placed in a convenient and accessible place. In Avata 2, there's a new version of the DJI O4 video transmission system. I hope in the future we'll see a separate DJI O4 model that can be installed on any FPV drone. The internal memory has more than doubled. Now it's 46 GB. The drone has become more stable. It holds a position very well, even indoors without GPS. It stabilizes itself like on a tripod. This is a big plus for stabilized flights. There is a possibility to control the drone using the gyroscope in the goggles. There's a turtle mode, which is when the drone falls on its back. You can flip it back with a single button press. Now let's talk about the downside. First, the new sleek body looks less protected from falls. My drone survived one crash, but I don't think it will withstand strong collisions. We'll be testing it. Second, the drone flies very steadily, but in windy weather there are problems. In these shots without stabilization, you can see how hard the drone struggles with gusts of wind. Third, the camera in the goggles provide a significantly narrow field of view, making them uncomfortable to use. I would like to see wider angle cameras here. Fourth, there is no shooting in 4:3 aspect ratio at 120 frames per second in slow motion. This is the format I currently use to create viral content on GoPro, as I can slow down the video 4 times and create smooth accelerations. DJI Avata 2 opens up a lot of new and interesting opportunities for us. This drone is a great start into the world of FPV. By putting on the goggles, you transport yourself into a miniature spaceship, discovering a new world of wonders that are inaccessible to humans. You push your limits. Now you can fly and see the world from a new perspective, from the air. I have a color correction kit for DJI drones and FPV drones. I highly recommend them. The link to the kit you can find in the description. Let's come up with a name for my new drone. Write your suggestions in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.